This is Dave McCain with the Right Tree Genealogy. We're going to do part 3 of the 3-part series on family search. Last part of this segment is going to cover an actual road trip to a family history center near me. The first part of the video will cover why we need to go, second part saying how to find one, and the last one is actually going. So let's do this together. This is part 3 of a 3-part series about family search. This is going to take us into why we need to go to a family search facility and what we find there. The last 2 videos covered how to log in, how to get some basic searching done. This one's going to focus strictly on the reasons why you take a trip physically to a research center to get the next level of research when you can't do it online. Start at search, catalog, and at the end of the last video I looked up Bryan County, Kentucky, and I was looking at online and I hit search. And then a little further down here I said I want to go to taxation, and the person I want to look at is under 1879. It's the later generation, and we discovered here the magic keys. So this is one reason you go to a family search center or affiliated library. This means that you cannot access these images at home. It has to be at either a family search library or a family search affiliated library. The second reason why you would normally have to go to a family search center is this one. I'm going to go to Fayette County, and it will be Kentucky. There's multiple Fayette counties in the country. We're going to go to Fayette County, Kentucky, and we're going to leave the search to any. And the reason we leave it to any is you're going to see additional records that pop up that the online that I've been clicking this whole time does not show. We've done that search, and under any, under Fayette County, it tells you when it was formed. There are additional records that appear in the system to say, hey, you can find them somewhere. It's just not online necessarily. And in this particular case, we're going to look at births, marriages, deaths, 1852 to 1905. When we open this, we notice here as a reel, and you go, uh-oh, that's not good. Well, what's that mean? Well, a reel indicates that it is only available on the old-fashioned microform system. There could be a fish symbol. Most of the time it shows the reel, even if it's the microfiche or the microfilm. There is an index. That's what this means. Look at this. Search the index. This one indicates this item is available on microfilm at this family history center. I'm going to go ahead and search a particular name, and this shows you that there's 37,000 entries in this film. It tells you it's a multi-county film. Okay, there's Fulton, Franklin, Fayette, Floyd. There's a lot of counties. We're going to go ahead and go down the path of McCain, and I'm going to spell it away. I know it's going to show up to speed this up for everyone. I'm going to type in that and then hit alternate. I'm going to also show a few other options and hit this. Now this means it matches exactly as we discovered the other day. Now we're going to hit update. You can also hit enter. We have 16 records that appear, but again, for expediency, we're interested in, this is the only one that appears to be a McCain, and we're going to take a look at this. Now understand that even though we don't have the icon for the camera, we can still go in and take a look, and in the image it tells me the name. And more importantly, when we're looking at a birth record, which is what this is it indicates that it is a birth record, you want to know these 2 things right here specifically, but you also want to know the father's name or mother's name. A lot of times you're only going to see the first name of the individual in the index, so you want to either print this or you want to print a sheet that has everything on it, the full index. So if we backed up one index back, we notice we have our 16 images. You could print all of these, make notations, like, because you do have a birth date here in the county, and there was no additional information. I was hoping there was. Now with that said, we're going to back up. We're going to back up one more time because I want to show you one method of finding out a family history center, and then I'm going to show you another method. So here's the one. You're in the images and you say to yourself, I'm in Fayette County, Kentucky, or I'm looking for Fayette County, Kentucky, and you look through it and you realize, hey, in Fayette County, there's a city called Lexington. You hear and hit update, and it shows exactly what you was hoping it was going to find. It does show that there are some records for Fayette County in the Lexington Family History Center. You click on it, and there it is. There is the births, marriages, deaths, 1852 to 1905 that we already just taking a look at. I want you to notice something. It now shows that that record is on film at Lexington Kentucky Family History Center. You click on that image, and it will pull up specifically where that location is. Alumni Drive, Tate's Creek, and there's the facility. It's a strong recommendation that you contact them. Here's a phone number on their website. Once you go in there, you can actually ask them, hey, I have this file number or this record that I want to look at, and they're going to ask for this film number. Now that I've shown you this, we're going to back up, and they're going to ask for this film number, okay? They're going to ask for the film number to see if they have it on file. And notice it says item number 1. So the good news here is when you go into this film, at the beginning of the film, it's the first actual county. When we go to our field trip, when we talk to the person, we're going to see what happens there. So those are 2 reasons that you need to go to a Family History Center. And I showed you one way to find it by clicking here if you know a specific location. Here's another method. I'm going to go straight into the second method of finding one. You did not know where a Family History Center would be. You go to the FamilySearch homepage. At the homepage, you go to the very bottom of the page and hit Sitemap, and you go to Family History Centers. Again, this is a second method of going in and finding a location in Kentucky that may have it. I'm going to just say Kentucky and see what pops up. When I click Kentucky, it shows the whole map. So whenever you search this, if you don't know where a location would be, I'm just going to type the state, and it pops up the state like this. So we saw originally a large map that had the whole world on it. And when you typed in Kentucky, it takes you to Kentucky. Okay, there's Louisville, there's Lexington. If you look at each county, you look up where Fayette County is. If you know where Fayette County is, then you start digging in this way. You also want to look at what's closest to you. I have actually been to the center in Lexington, and I click on it, the map, and then when I click on the icon again, and notice it's the family tree symbol. So this shows you a second method of finding a location. For the real images, you want to go closer to the county where the actual images could be. If it's the same county and you have a research center in that county, they have a very high likelihood they're going to have the records you're looking for. And this gives you the directions to it here again. Now it's time for a field trip. Let's go to a family history center nearby and see what we can find out. We're at our destination. Obviously, I didn't film the whole section of it. Hey, it would have been a very boring trip for everyone. We've arrived at the Family History Center, getting ready to go down the steps and ring the doorbell so we can get into our appointment.
Morning.
I've been here before, but since no one else knows you, what's your name and what's your position here?
I am Lois Burton, the Family History Center Director, and I've been volunteering in this center for about 30 years.
Wow, I bet you've got a lot of knowledge in this, don't you?
Quite a bit.
What's the main reason, or what's some of the purposes people come to one of these research centers?
To learn about their ancestors, or just to find out who they are, because a lot of people don't know who they are, where they come from. Others have come in, they want to join a DAR or one of those organizations, then they need records to show that they are a descendant of someone.
So another question I have is every one of these centers the same, or are they different?
Not all of them are the same. We have books that have been donated, and all the records that are online are the same in every center.
Okay.
But the books are different.
Okay. So you might have film here that other places don't have. You might have books that other places don't have.
That's correct.
How do we find those? If we wanted to come in and find something that just your location has, how do we find that out?
You can go into the catalog through FamilySearch, do a search for a particular book or place. It'll tell you what film that we have still here in this library that we kept. Sometimes they've been indexed, but the actual film's not online. They are one of those organizations. They want the actual record, not an index, because an index can be indexed incorrectly.
Can you take me just a quick tour through your facility here, and then we'll try to find what I came for, but I wanted to ask these questions first.
Okay. Well, we have the computers, which have all the information that Salt Lake has on them. And then there are different programs on that we can get. Then we have this shelf here is family books that have been donated. And then we start with General USA and go through whatever book has been donated to us from patrons. We do not charge for anything except for making copies on the printer. More computers back here in case we get a lot of people. Then we have the old-fashioned film readers.
And that's what I'm going to need today, I believe, because I can't get it online, so we have to go to the film readers.
Yep, and a couple fish readers. This here is all of our indefinite loan from Salt Lake film that we have that are in the old reels.
When you see that little icon on the computer, that's what it's representing, correct? That's the reel. What's the fish look like? Again, I've seen them, but I'm not sure everybody online has seen what the fish document looks like. Folders, and if you pull one out, let's just grab a random one out here real quick.
It has a lot of information on it.
Hundreds of pages on one slide, right?
Yeah,
now, we're not going to be working on that today, I don't think, are we? Because mine's on film, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, we had our quick tour. I have my piece of paper here from what I looked on, and I printed it offline. And I want to see if we've got this reel here.
So this film we'll find in this drawer here.
Okay.
And
oh, man, there's a bunch of films.
There are probably about 3,000 film in here, believe it or not.
Wow. Is there more than one county on one of those boxes, or will it just be one county? Do we know?
Oh, some of them have 10 or 15 different items from around the world.
Since it's the death records, birth records, marriage records, and from different counties in Kentucky, I might not just be able to go straight to Fayette County in this case for the one.
May have to look for it.
May have to look for
and
it.
It'll tell you whether it's item 1, 2, 3, or 4. Here is a 35 millimeter, and then we have 16 millimeter, which is about half this size. They have to go on this one. This one here is for these bigger ones, and they're easy to load.
I'm glad you're putting it on. It's been a while since I've done one of these.
And depending on what item number you have, I'm going to go turn the light off because it makes it easier to read.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's see what happens. Thanks. That really made a difference there. The first one was just kind of lead-in photo, but in this case, we're in Fayette County Vital Statistics. Let's see what we can find. As I'm going through these records, I'm also noticing there are multiple districts. Go through all the districts, even if it is in the right location. You may say, oh, it's not there, but keep going because you could still find it. So now I found my record, and it's actually the page that I started videoing a minute ago. I've zoomed in. You can also scroll up and down on this image. This says it is in District 6. You got to make sure you look at those things and make sure you record it on the right one. So here I am in the Research Center. I'm going to take this quick video of me with the backdrop of the books that are available. I'm going to do the second part, and that is going in and showing that the keys have disappeared. And that's another advantage to coming to an actual research center. So let's get into it. And now I can get to the search menu catalog and show you that the magic keys as I described last time, are missing. I'm going to go to Bracken County, which is at the end of my last video. Search, taxation, tax lists, and look at this. The key is gone. Yay! When we don't see that key anymore, especially when we see it when we're at home. Now, I'm going to go into this just to show that it does come up, and I did. If you notice, there's 4 items in this record. 1879. Specifically to show that, as I was saying in the last video, there are multiple districts in some tax records, and in this case, for the Bracken County in 1879, there are 7 different districts. You'll need to go through each one of them to find your particular individual you're searching for. Look into and see if we can find McCain. Here is image for the L's. And there are 2 pages to this record. Each tax line has 2 pages. There's a lot more information as you go further into the taxations. Well, look at this. James A. McCain. He is the Bracken County Clerk for many years. He's not direct line to me, but he is connected back to the Joseph McCain of Bracken County that I've been researching. This is important for you to remember. Again, image number, film number, remember those things. Continue to do those. And you, at the top of this page, just for the record's sake to see what you can find here, you can go across here. It shows a lot of different items that have increased over the years on taxes. You're going to find a lot of information. Look at this. You actually can see number of children. It doesn't show the actual child. This is in between on tax records, but it does say children between the 6 and 20 years of age. The purpose of this video was not to go into the taxation specifically detailed. The purpose of this was to show that the magic keys are missing. Come to a family history center and you'll find what you're looking for. Okay, Lois, so we got a tour done. You actually helped me find my record. I really appreciate that. You said there's other things, other places we can go. What are they? What are you talking about?
Okay, in the records from FamilySearch, we have what's called the Family History Center Portals. And the portals is a list of things that you can obtain strictly from when you're here in the library.
Really?
And you get free access to, when we visit the portals, 19th century British library newspapers, Alexander Streets, American Ancestry Institute, which gives you U.S., Australia, Canada, Germany, Switzerland, and United Kingdom records that you can search. I have just found something in Find My Past, and also down here in newspapers.
So you can actually get into newspapers through the Family History Center.
Yeah, when I clicked on the newspapers, I've already gone into this one, so I'm going to go back to one that I just had. And this is my great-grandfather.
Really?
And he's selling some land in Iron County, Michigan.
Really? So the fact is, the key point to this is that's a cool record to find, but you were able to come here to a family history center, and this should happen at any other family history center, not just the one here in Lexington. Yeah. It could be any of them. It's supposed to have these access. So there are some
place that has access to the portals.
Then you should be able to have access to these at no cost, really. You can go search through them. Now, can you actually download the images at this point, or is this view only? Click on this.
Nope, I can download them and save it to my thumb drive right here.
So you just downloaded that and you have it saved to your thumb drive. Awesome. Yep. That's a great feature here that personally, in all candor, I did not know till today. Any last things that you want to say that benefit of coming to a research center?
The hidden gems.
Oh, that's nice. This is Dave McCain with the Right Tree Genealogy. I hope you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing, ringing the bell notification, and give me a big like. I appreciate it, and let's continue our journey together going forward.